Welcome back to Bali Today, and congratulations for coming back. You know, we often see people with projects that they want to see successful, but today we have a guest who's going to tell us about a project that is wildly successful, and I have a feeling that he's the basic cause of that. So, the power and the energy behind the East Bali Poverty Project, David Booth.
Love to meet you.
You too. So, all right, a few of us have been exposed to the East Bali Poverty Project through various things you've done, but please tell me, where did you begin?
I began with a mission. I chose Indonesia for my life. I've worked in many developing countries, some of the worst, the most difficult in the world.
Out of, I'm guessing, England.
Well, I'm from England.
Yeah,
yes.
I can tell.
And I didn't like England when I was a kid.
Sure.
But became a civil engineer from a family in poverty, total poverty.
Oh, your family?
Yes. Oh, nobody had been to university. There'd be a manual worker.
Okay.
And I figured that's not the way. What's the purpose of life?
Oh, how inspiring.
And I decided that if I don't do myself in, I've got to make a value of my life. So I make a difference, help my parents first as priority. And the best profession somebody figured out for me when I was 11 years old, always taking things apart, civil engineer.
Absolutely.
So then I wanted to be working in developing countries, in management, get the experience, get the money. I said then to myself, this was 1973, one day when I'm ready, wherever I choose to live, I want to give my life to help the poorest people in the country I live, prioritizing the health, nutrition, education of children, have a sustainable development, and be a model for everybody for the future.
That's a big mission statement.
Yes, well, it was what was in my heart. Then probably life got busy. I was still very young. I was 25, 26 years old then, and worked in many countries. And when I had no more challenge in civil engineering, what do I do next? Eventually I did a master's degree in construction management. I set up a marketing consultancy.
Where did you go back to do the training then?
Oh, in the UK.
Okay.
I eventually, the Indonesian embassy asked me to do a project for them. And I kind of fell in love with Indonesian people with the Indonesian embassy in London. And when I couldn't stand the UK anymore, by 1988, I thought I'll go and look at Indonesia. Spent a month. This is the people I love, where I want to live. Bali was nothing to do with it at that time. But it was the people. It wasn't the island. It wasn't the tourist spot. I don't like tourism places, basically.
Exactly.
So, back to UK, did that, and moved to Indonesia 89. 4 years in Jakarta. Happiest 4 years of my life, honestly.
This is the first time I've heard someone describe Jakarta that way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Then traffic got busy, so I came to Bali in end of 93.
So it's following you?
Yes.
The busy traffic, it's following you.
Yeah, oh my God, I know, isn't it awful? And I'm going to set my sights down to eliminate poverty in the poorest village in Indonesia. I've got to find it. It took me 4 years.
And where did you find it?
It was fortunate that I met another civil engineer on a flight coming back from Jakarta, and he said to me, well, you know, what do you do then? I said, you know, I'm a civil engineer. He said, but what are you doing now? I said, well, it's what my dream is, what I want to do. He said, what's that? I said, I have a dream to eliminate poverty and create sustainable development in the poorest village in Indonesia. And now, after 4 years, looking around Indonesia and in Sumba and other places, I believe it's in Bali in the east.
Now, this is news to me. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh, my God. The contrast.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of the people in Bali have so much.
Well, the thing was, I mean, my mind had tracked back. I was living in Sanur at the time.
Okay.
And I'd gone to Sumba and told that East Sumba was the poorest place. And there was a lot of poverty there, but it was mainly lack of a disposable income, lack of tourism going there.
Sure.
But the culture was very rich. They knew everything. They had access to the healthcare generally. But then I realized that I was barking the wrong tree, so to speak. I remember backtracked my first visit in 1988, why I liked the East and North Bali.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a single foreigner there.
Yeah.
There was no rivers there. There was no tourism there.
Yeah.
There was real people, because I want to know I thought it's got to be there. It's so dry. Yeah. All I saw there was salt panning at Tianya.
Yep.
I thought, the poorest village in Indonesia. It wasn't anywhere else. I'd done research for 4 years.
We do not
Everything.
realize that. We do not live here with that knowledge.
Well, I researched every newspaper. I talked to a lot of people, nationally and internationally, and no one needed me. My vision wasn't to go and say, you need me, I'll do this for you. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
It was a matter of people had to ask me to help. And my guidelines were, they didn't have access to a road, education, healthcare, water, electricity, nothing. And I looked at all the Bali Aga villages from 1995.
Right.
I interviewed them all. I thought, they don't need me. They've got access. And my first question would be, have you got school? Yes. Have you got health center? Yes. Have you got a road? Yes. Access to water? Yes. You don't need me. All right?
Fair enough.
It's up
Fair
to you
enough.
to develop. It's not my right to go and say, you need this, you want this. It's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people have to understand and do it their way. This is where the world's going right. Anyway. But, so eventually on the flight, this guy, and he said, well, my wife has made a list for the Biwa. They've asked her to make a list of poorest villages in Bali. I went to see her the next day.
Oh, good.
And
Good.
there were 9 villages on the list, all in Karangasem,
Yes, of course.
poorest in Bali. And I knew 8 of the 9 villages on the list. The 9th one, Desa Ban, B-A-N.
Yeah.
And I looked on the map. It was not on any map that I knew.
Yeah.
I researched the internet. No mention of it at all, anywhere, connected with anything. I checked Jakarta Post, all the media. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go out on Sunday and look at all the 9 villages. Look at the 8 I know, see if they need me.
Yes.
And ask the same question. But Komang Kurniawan, who'd been working with me since 1996, who was from Tianya, and had been helping doing the research, he's now the head of our foundation. And I said to Komang, I said, have you heard of Ban? He said, no, nowhere near me.
Really? And
Yes,
this from Tianya?
yes.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Perception
So I'm
is
driving
amazing.
up, well, no, it's just a fact. I'm driving up and down the road there, asking everybody. They said, mister, you're wrong, it's Abang. I said, no, I know Abang, it's 40 kilometers from here.
And flat.
Abang's 40 kilometers from here, I said,
Yeah.
I know it's over here somewhere. Finally, one young man said, mister, I know, but you don't want to go there. I said, why? He said, well, there's no road. There's no rivers, of course. There's no nothing. He said, his words were, nobody ever goes in or comes out.
Oh, my God.
I said, well, that's why I want to go there, thank you.
Yeah.
How far is it? It's 5 kilometers up. So it's a village of 7,200 hectares, but 19 sub-villages. It goes to the top of Mount Agung and Mount Abang,
Yes.
the 2 mountains. And it's, in fact, I found out by research, when Mount Agung erupted in 1963, most of the fallout came down the east.
Yep.
Yeah, anyone knows that Basaki was damaged a little bit, which is just over the other side, literally. And Basaki is lush with rice fields, all the rest of it. The contrast is in the east.
That's right.
It's pure dry.
Yep.
And we have geological covered by 40 meters of volcanic ash.
We forget. We're going to have to take a little break,
Yes,
David.
okay.
But you've got so much to tell us. All right.
Yes.
So the beginning of the East Bali Poverty Project, and we've got footage, if you don't believe that this is true, right here in Bali.
Off the beaten track, pockets of tiny villages and hamlets exist that most people never see. High on a rugged saddle between the holy mountains of Agung and Abang in East Bali lives a group of people that are completely isolated from the rest of the island. These people live their lives in abject poverty, with very little choice or chance to change. They are ready to help themselves, but they need your help too. In 1998, the people of this area requested help. The East Bali Poverty Project was born. Cassava is the staple crop of the area. But this root contains A-goitrogen, which blocks iodine absorption in the body, the essential chemical for brain development. It is the only crop, in addition to corn, that Bapak Wayan knows how to grow in this rugged mountain environment. The nearest freshwater springs are 1 hour to 6 hours away. Because of the distance to natural springs, rainwater, which lacks vital minerals necessary for normal health, has become the primary water source. Nearly everyone here is illiterate. The only school a 6-hour walk from the farthest hamlets, sits derelict. Since the pilot began, Purnama and his friends, 40 children in all, have begun classes in basic agricultural studies. With the help of their volunteer teacher, Pak Nura, they have also begun the first organic garden in the village. After class is finished, Ibu Nanga cooks the children a balanced meal: rice, vegetables, soybean, fish, a glass of milk. Reagan, our volunteer paramedic, began giving basic medical checkups and a daily course of multivitamins. In 3 short months, the kids are healthier, happier, and eager to learn. For little Made, hope is far more than a dream. It is now becoming a reality.